What's up, guys? Sand7 here, episode 11, free to play. But before I get into the video about me building the sandbox and showing how it works, I want to introduce Mario, one of the leaders of Cool Kids. What's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, Sand. Great to be here. And I noticed that you brought in your Lucky 7 Smurf. How did that happen?
Well, after meeting Joel and setting up a promo, I spoke with you and asked you for an invite to the guild chat. Then I found out, well, y'all were a small guild, and I was wondering if you'd been around a while. And then you mentioned the story about the guild and how it got started and why it got started. Well, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so, pretty much what happened was we were in Dirty Saggio's Motion Guild off of his Dirty Empire, and really it was just bad because everybody in the guild was really overreactive to the game. They took it really too seriously, and it made the game not fun. And really the leaders weren't all that great because they were really not annoying, but they were really crude for no reason, and it really just got on me and Joel's nerves. So we decided to make our own guild and try to be the best that we can be, and really just that's how it happened.
Alright, well, Mario, thanks for coming on, and thanks for the invite to the guild, but now, guys, let's get to the video. Alright, time to build the sandbox. But I'm not only going to build the sandbox, guys. I'm going to start the sandbox, but I'm also going to do the 40-to-1, and then do an attempt on G with all three defenses, but there's the sandbox. The first thing you're going to want to do is, well, choose which side of the base you're going to want to put it on, because it has to be pushed up against an edge. Next is you find center. And you can do that because you know that, well, maybe you don't, but now you do, that the area of the map is 40 by 40. And each one space is the length of a wall or the length of, say, that hero trap right there. From there, you can see you're just going, I found this one to be the easiest, to start at the edge of the wall, put all your walls out, put your towers out, then get your hero bases, as opposed to bases that you have where you're centered in the middle of the entire base. Those I kind of find that I want to start with my hero bases and then build around them, like the 40-to-1 setup. Now, after building these, I've noticed that I've tried G a few times, and I'm really not ready for G. Now, another thing to pay attention to with your base setup and which one you're deciding, why you're deciding, there are a few things you need to factor in. One is, well, what wave are you farming? Because if you're farming C, D, E, you know, it's different than if you're farming G. You're not dealing with the flyers like you would with G, and that's going to decide the type of defense you build. Also, it's very important to decide your defense based on the heroes you have, the level they are, and whether they're ranged and floating, or just ranged, or you have a bunch of melee hitters. If you have a bunch of melee guys, that's really going to limit what you can do with a base. And I'll show you some examples when I do G. Now, here it is. That's really all you need to know. That is the box. That's the base of it. Everything else you can just put out, and it doesn't matter where you put any of the buildings minus one area. Do not put buildings ever in front of the lanes that enter. Alright, here we got an attempt on G, and it's just sped up ×2, and well, what you're going to see is the beauty of this defense. Well, of course, the first spawn, chances are they're going to go through and they're going to take out all the buildings over there, which is absolutely fine. But you can see, really haven't had any damage done to my towers. And from there, they're going to move around, and a lot of times they do. Druid does split off. This is a great defense to get Druid to split off. And you can see right there, well, hey, pretty good on that tower. G2, this is the perfect spawn. This is a center spawn. This is very rare. That means they're going for the vault, and it kind of will split my heroes, but you can see right there, TG, Amortep, they're jumping the wall. Now, there's a couple things that you can do to fix that. One is, if you put a hero that doesn't have 0.5 range like TG, and you put, say, Pumpkin Duke there who has 0 range, he's not going to jump the wall, guys, which is kind of weird, but that's how it works. So, kind of pay attention to that. And the heroes that do have 0.5 range, well, Amortep and Thunder God, so I will be moving them. You can see here on G4, they've got to run all the way around, but they're the flyers, taking care of my dang towers. And you can see, oh, can we get them all? Can we get them all? Okay, G4, G5, where's the spawn? And that's not a good spawn. You can see that really I'm not able to protect my towers enough because on G5 they're popping me first. Now here's the boss, and I've joined Cool Kids because I did what I wanted to do in my free-to-play. I wanted the perma-stun. And you can see, well, this one's not a perma-stun, but this is, you know, generally what I do when I get the drop order right and do it pretty well. But here's the drop order. This is the perfect drop order for me. It's Druid, then Thunder God, and Pumpkin Duke as fast as I can get them in because my Thunder God's a 1 of 5 Revite. Next, you see I dropped a Mortep, and then I pause for just a moment to drop Champ. And what that's going to do is I want you to pay attention to the Lightning Bolt that goes down, followed by a Mortep's proc right after it. And you can't really see Champ's proc, but trust me, he's following a Mortep right after Champ. And with that order, I am able to perma-stun with the heroes I have. And if you're curious, my Pumpkin Duke is only a 4 of 9, and my Druid, 3 of 9. And also, Pumpkin Duke's talent is something, I believe it's like a 1 of 5 or a 2 of 5 heavy blow, but when you get this rhythm perfectly, that's not going to matter. Of course, Thunder God, 1 of 5 Revite. A Mortep, maybe like a 1 of 5 heavy blow. Champ has garbage. Druid, garbage. So I have bad talents, nothing that's helping me really. And Pumpkin Duke's only 4 of 9. So it is possible to perma-stun with that setup. And we're going to go ahead and just wrap this boss up. And of course, I made the mistake of when I'm going in, you can see I'm dropping Champ before a Mortep. That's big. It's a big mistake because if I'm going to drop Champ before a Mortep, I'm going to need to pause a lot longer because Champ's stun is 3 seconds as opposed to 1.5 seconds. So when it comes to perma-stunning, you can do it. You just got to stagger your heroes. And guys, it is a pain in the ass. You can see I'm doing this over and over. I'm not getting it right. You can see I even waited a little longer right there. It's still not going to work for me. It's something that you just have to practice. And for whatever reason, I need to drop a Mortep before Champ, and I can do it again. I've done it again in another boss fight, and once I was able to do it 2 times, I went ahead and joined the guild, Cool Kids. I cannot wait to get into it. And guys, that's a guild that I'm going to be in the guild chat. I'm going to be helping out. And guys, we need some big donators to come there. If you're looking to donate, you're looking for a guild that's going to be fun, and you want to help us move up in the ranks, come on over to Cool Kids. And, you know, like I said, I'm going to be helping the leaders, you know, just basically showing the model that I use at Niggy and Friends and the model that I learned from Shenra. But let's get into the 40-1. This is a base I have heard so much about. Always heard it, never tried it, ever. And you can see this is a central base, so the way I'm starting is I'm starting with the hero bases, and I'm building out from there to get this defense built. And you'll notice it, well, I'm using a flag. The flag's there just for spacing reasons, because I know I have 2 spaces between the tower, and to make sure I get that right, well, I put the flag there, easy to get my spacing. So from there, you know, basically just building the base. It's really not that complex from there. Now, what this base does is it gives you the ability to manipulate the hero pathing. And in my opinion, after testing this base is the just ultimate base. If your heroes aren't that great and you're farming C, D, maybe E, but once you get good heroes, you're going to want a base that really focuses on your heroes, and you're not really relying on towers. This is a base that will eat heroes up with your towers. If you have bad heroes, good towers, this is a base I would suggest. And there it is right there. You can see that's the middle of it. And like I said, base, you know, buildings, put them anywhere, it doesn't matter. Just not by the openings to the box, the 40-1, whatever you want to call it, the lanes in the middle. Do not put them there. You can see that, well, I have a nice little space between everything. And here we go. Here's an attempt on G. And as usual, Mecha Men coming in. You know, their heroes, their troops running off. And I almost got myself in a little trouble with the Mecha Men. And, you know, just the placement of where my buildings are. But it's alright. But there you see TG jumping a wall. He's dead. That's bad. That was the thing that I was worried about on this defense, is heroes jumping walls. My hero bases are only level 12. If I moved them up to 13, every single hero I have would be jumping walls. And that's why I said it's really for, you know, an account that's a little less progressed at this point, in my opinion. And it is a good defense, and it's a great defense if there aren't flyers. You can see right there, I have no defense against those griffins. They're all the way over there. I lose that tower. It splits my heroes. I've lost half the tower on the top left. I'm in trouble. I've already lost TG due to jumping a wall. But if you're, a little further behind on this account, on your account, then, it's not a bad defense. You can see I move it into G4 and, it's just over. Even my phone's saying, just cut it off! Just cut it off! But no. We'll go ahead and finish this up because I do have one more run in G, and it's with my previous defense, and unfortunately, I just failed all day today. And it really just shows that I'm not ready for G. Okay, here's just your standard Deathbox, and, well, Mecha Men coming in first. I love the little extra length on that side, and you can see that, well, they're barely going to get any hits in. Other side comes around very well off against G1. The only problem that I think I end up having in this one is Pumpkin Duke continues to proc right at the end of a round when it's not even needed. You can see right now, he's almost there, he's about to proc. What you always want is you want to open up any round with your Pumpkin Duke procking. You can see right here, he's going to come in, he's going to proc, and we're just wasting that entire thing. That means on G3, well, I'm going to have some issues, especially, well, first off, my heroes are split. You can see tower goes down, but okay, we're fine. We're still fine. Lost the tower. And G4 spawn, not so bad. Come on, Druid, give me the heal. A little worried here. Okay, but then you can see Pumpkin Duke is not ready, and I get the worst possible spawn on G5. With this defense and using my garrisons, I can beat G about 80% of the time. I was 0 for 4 on the 40-1, 1 for 2 on the 0 for 2 on the Sandbox, but till the next one, guys, Sand 7 out.